Hi there, you're watching Time Warner Cable's local edition. This is the Sacramento Report. I'm Jaime Garza. With me is Assemblymember Jose Solorio. Good to have you.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
We're talking water today. You are from Santa Ana, and we're going to focus on your home community before we look at the bigger picture here in the state. And there is some concern about the water that folks in Orange County, Santa Ana, are drinking right now in terms of possible contaminants. And that's a real big concern anywhere you are.
Yeah, you know, for us in Orange County, we thought here, the largest city, Santa Ana, highly urbanized, how can we have little communities where they have bad water? And, you know, lo and behold, there's this community just north of Valley High School, about 90 homes where they're part of what's called a mutual water company. So they kind of own their own little water company, and they have a well that's been there since 1933. And since then, you know, fertilizers, other issues have contaminated the water, so it's high in nitrates, which is, you know, really bad for your children, pregnant mothers. I also found out about it because I was hearing from the local school that some kids weren't going to school because they were scared to brush their teeth or take baths. The water was so bad. It was, you know, mercury. It was, you know, orange looking. You know, obviously they couldn't drink it, and they were warned about that. And so I felt, you know what, that's not right for us to be in this modern civilization in Orange County and not having clean water for people to drink.
But are there regulations right now that say the water has to meet specific criteria in order for it to be used by the public?
You know, it's one of those things where there are different, you know, levels of warnings, and this community has had now a number of warnings, but you have this old water company with very few people there and not the expertise or the resources to upgrade the system. And so that's where the city, once they saw that the seriousness was going up, the city came in and said, hey, why don't we work together? If you allow us to take over the water system, let's see if we can't find some funding to make this happen, because the city can't do that. It'd be a gift of public funds. So we worked with the city and the neighborhood, and we're in the process of getting some funds to fix that finally.
That's wonderful, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be feeling the sigh of relief once it actually goes through. Any timeline to tell your constituents?
Well, the timeline is good because in the budget we passed just a few weeks ago, we got the money in there for Diamond Mutual Water Company, as well as another little community called Catalina Street, you know, neighborhood as well, that we got money for them to hook up to the city system. So we're doing that, and then we're also have legislation separate to that now in the works to statewide make sure that these private, smaller water agencies live by the same standards as public water agencies so that everybody can have clean water in California.
Safety first.
Yeah, safety and water, we need that.
And let's talk about water. Water is our new gold. It's our new oil, and we have levees that are in dire need of repair. It takes water from Northern California to help the folks in Southern California. There's some hope there too, I presume.
You know, a lot of hope. You know, in 2009 we did a comprehensive water legislation package that I was very involved with. We addressed the 3 C's, as I like to talk about. Conservation. You know, we got to conserve 20% of our water by 2020. We have policies in place for that. We also care about capturing, you know, the water, because a lot of water comes down, and we got to do a better job of capturing that. And then conveyance is also very important. And on that last point, I would you know, mention proudly that Governor Brown has agreed to finally, you know, look at that issue of how we get water through the Delta in a more efficient way that's good for the habitat and good for supply. And also we're talking about reducing the water bond, but still to, you know, have that in place to help fund the infrastructure.
Well, I'd like you to come back to talk more about this water capturing and conveyance, because that is our future. Assemblyman Jose Solorio, always a pleasure to have you here.
No, glad to be back.
And thank you at home for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition, the Sacramento Report. And don't forget, you can catch this interview as well as others by simply going to My Government On Demand, and you're going to find that on Channel 1.